want to be with you, but I'll be with you soon. And I just want to say that nobody did more for me than Charlie, and there's nobody better than Erika. And you are the greatest people on earth. We won in a landslide, and we're going to continue to do it. And I just want to thank everybody. You got out there, and they voted, and they pressed doorbells. And I just want to thank you all, and I hope my son's doing a good job representing me. Otherwise, I'll have to say, you're fired, Don. You're fired. So thank you very much, and have a great day. And I hope Don makes a great speech. If he doesn't make a great speech, let me know about it. I'll give him hell.
Well, Dad, there's literally...
Everybody, Don, go have a good time. And say hello to Erika. Go have a good time, everybody.
Well, there's 30,000 young patriots in this room. The movement continues. They're looking forward to supporting you and everything that you, Charlie, and really everyone that's part of this movement stands for. So thanks, Dad. We appreciate it. We love you. We'll speak to you soon.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much, everybody. We love you. Have a great Christmas.
Thanks, Dad. We love you.
Thank you.
The race for life after Trump has already begun. Even before President Donald Trump has named a successor, the battle lines inside MAGA World are starting to show.
I'm also really excited about everything that we're doing at Turning Point Action. We are locked in and mission focused for both 2026 and 2028. We're investing in states and not just in races. So what I mean by that is we are building the red wall, Arizona, Nevada, New Hampshire. That's going to be very important to us. We're going to ensure that President Trump has Congress for all 4 years. We are going to get my husband's friend, J.D. Vance, elected for 48 in the most resounding way possible.
The first major signal came this weekend. Turning Point USA CEO Erika Kirk threw her support behind Vice President J.D. Vance, one of the earliest and most influential endorsements ahead of the 2028 Republican primary. Vance has not announced a run, but the message was unmistakable. Within conservative circles, he is increasingly viewed as the heir apparent. Yet behind the applause, cracks are forming.
But when grown men and women spend their days just asking questions without, seeking answers, they are lying to you. In fact, they're doing something even worse. They are seeding distrust in the world around you, and they are enervating you in the process. So, for example, if many speakers, including Tucker Carlson and others, get on stage here at TPUSA and claim, without proper evidence, that Jeffrey Epstein was running a Mossad rape ring being covered up by the Trump administration, they are not actually uncovering a conspiracy or effectuating a solution. They are claiming a special provenance to information they won't let you see, which builds their power and leaves you with none. If we agree with the guest, that's fine, but we should own it. So, for example, if you host a Hitler apologist, Nazi-loving, anti-American piece of refuse like Nick Fuentes, the Nick Fuentes who said that the Vice President of the United States is a, quote, fat gay race traitor married to a Jeet. The person who said that Charlie Kirk was a, quote, retarded idiot. The person who said, and pardon my language here, it's his quote, that he, quote, took Turning Point USA and fucked it, and that's why it's filled with groypers. If you have that person on your show and you proceed to glaze him, you ought to own it.
I just got here, and I feel like I missed the first part of the program. I hope I didn't miss anything meaningful. But I just want to say, I don't think I did. No, I'm just kidding. I watched it. I laughed. That kind of bitter, sardonic laugh that emerges from you when, like, Upside Down World arrives. When your dog starts doing your taxes, and you're like, wait, it's not supposed to work this way. To hear calls for, like, deplatforming and denouncing people at a Charlie Kirk event, I'm like, what? This is hilarious. Yeah, this is hilarious. Actually, one of the clips, I was listening to myself, thinking as I often do when I hear myself speak, which is never, because I never watch myself, but at these events they always play, like, the role of you. And I'm like, that guy is pompous. Woo! Sorry about that. We don't see ourselves clearly. But the prediction that, at some point when Republicans took power again, which I did everything I could, to help, and really felt that was important. I still think, I was right. But I really thought that the impulse to deplatform people, or even to use the word platform as a verb, which it's not, it's a noun, don't steal my nouns.
At Turning Point's America Fest, unity was the theme on stage, but offstage, tension simmered over free speech, bigotry, and how far the movement should go in embracing conspiracy theories and controversial figures. The question is no longer if Trump's successor race is coming, it's who controls the movement when it does. Vance may be the frontrunner, but he is not alone. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Texas Senator Ted Cruz, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, and even Trump's own son, Donald Trump Jr., all seen as potential contenders. Trump himself has stayed coy. He has not endorsed a single successor, teasing instead that Rubio, Vance, or others could be on a future ticket. Some Republicans say that uncertainty is healthy. Calls are growing for a competitive primary, not a coronation. And the numbers tell a story. In a hypothetical 2028 primary poll, Vance leads with nearly half the support. Rubio trails far behind. DeSantis follows. At Turning Point's straw poll, Vance dominated, winning more than 84% of the vote. But strategists warn, polls are snapshots, not destiny. Behind the scenes, Vance and his allies insist the focus is not 2028, it's 2026, defending Republican control of Congress, avoiding internal warfare, and keeping the MAGA coalition intact.
More than any time I can recount, people are talking about American identity and figuring out what it is that unites us. But I want to say something here. The only thing that is truly served as an anchor of the United States of America is that we have been, and by the grace of God, we always will be, a Christian nation. I'm not saying you have to be a Christian to be an American. I'm saying something simpler and truer. Christianity is America's creed. The shared moral language from the Revolution to the Civil War and beyond. I have heard you. I know that some of you are impatient at the pace of progress, and my response to that is good. Be impatient. Use that desire for justice for your country as fuel to get involved in this movement in a bigger and better and more powerful way. I know some of you are discouraged by the infighting over any number of issues. Don't be discouraged. Wouldn't you rather lead a movement of free thinkers who sometimes disagree than a bunch of drones who take their orders from George Soros?
Yet even supporters admit the reality. The 2028 race is already underway. Next year's midterms could shape everything. History is not on the administration's side. Sitting presidents often lose ground in their first midterms. Economic anxiety remains high. Recent polling shows more Americans believe Trump's policies will make them worse off financially than better. Still, there are signs of momentum. Trump's approval rating has rebounded. So has Vance's. Republicans believe hitting the campaign trail together could shift the narrative and cement a political handoff. If Vance runs, allies say, he expects competition. No crown, no guarantees, just a fight. Because in MAGA politics, succession is never simple, and the battle for the future has already begun.